Today I will be sharing my new build for the Vanguard Season 2 as a wizard. The idea for this build came from me when I was reading some chat on Discord, and there is a wizard player goes by Endless Immortal. He was using something to do with the Arcane Wind spam, and so that is where the idea for this build came. And you guys can see we are gathering everything in front and spamming the Arcane Wind as a wizard, and I am also utilizing 6 pieces of Virtus Arches, which is needed to keep the team alive. And on the top of that, I'm using the Blight Orb, which increased the damage versus enemies by 100%. And since we are gathering everything in a small circle using the Arcane Wind spam and freezing them on the top of that, the Blight Orb work really well. And you guys can see we are getting really good result in the Vanguard 4, and I have played these builds in elites as well, elite difficulty, and it works as good there as well. You are basically a support wizard in a team who is gathering and making those big dudes get close to one another and putting the Blight Orb on the top of them, freezing them, and so the team can deal with them at the same time. And my goodness, I did not saw that one person behind the fence, but you guys can see everything is getting frozen really easily. And so this is the build, really fun to use for the season 2, and I have been getting some really solid result. Helps out the team a lot, and you can do the same thing. Also, the builds are not that hard to play on the iPad or the iPhone. I have been playing it on my iPad mini, and that works really good. And these are the most buggy AoE monsters out there, and sometimes you don't even see their AoE attack. But anyways, these are the build, and I'll let you guys see some gameplay, and then we will dive into the whole build. So see you guys in a sec. Alright, now let's dive into the build, starting with the skills. What I was using was Magic Missile, Slower Time, Disintegrate, Frost Field, Arcane Wind, and for the set pieces I was using 6-piece Virtus Urges for the healing. This is needed to keep the team alive, and like I said, we were basically a support class in the Vanguard gathering. And then I was using 2-piece of and winter to do more damage versus frozen enemies, and also do a bit more damage versus the boss when we chill the boss itself. So there we go, the set pieces. And some of the important stats that you need to look for is going to be having beneficial duration on your belt, your boots, and for the skill cooldown you need that on your amulet, you need that on your gloves, rings as well. It will be a huge help. And as for the Paragon Tree, this is what I end up using. You guys can take a quick look here. It will give you quite a lot of damage. Slinger is still the best, and when it comes to the legendary skill, this is what we end up using, since we were applying a lot of harmful effects to the enemy, and this was triggering every 10 seconds. And from the Warband bonus, as always, I have been using the protector for 5% block chance, and making sure that the Warband has the Shepherd Burden Remnant that increased the size by 15% and life by 6.5%. Having more size in this game increase your movement speed as well, and so this is what we recommend from the Warband room bonus. And now let's go dive into some of the other important stats on the primary gear. That is going to be having critical hit chance, your helm on your shoulder, your weapon critical hit chance, your weapon critical hit chance, your offhand critical hit chance, and then your offhand critical hit chance. You can get this up to 25% easily. Right now I'm sitting at 32% thanks to having some familiars or the pets that gives me some critical hit chance, and the legendary runes as well. And for the chest you need beneficial duration, and then for your legs you need beneficial duration as well. And now let's dive into essences themselves. The first one is for the slow time. Every time you use a skill, it will reduce the cooldown of your other skills and gives you some movement speed as well. Thanks to this is how we will be spamming our other skills. And then our chest is for the force field that will apply the chill effect and freeze enemies on the critical hit damage. Our shoulder is for the disintegrate, shooting small projectile and giving us 3 charges, and the pens is for the arcane wind, increasing the damage of the arcane wind and giving us 10% cooldown, which is needed. Then the thistle bloom is what we are using from the main hand for the arcane wind to gather enemies and then get another 10% cooldown reduction. The second main hand is for the magic missile. Every time we hit the same enemy 3 times, it will explode and do some AoE damage. This will be good versus monsters with a lot of HP. Then our first offhand is the Elder Crystal. Whenever we apply the arcane wind versus chill enemy, they will be frozen instantly, and so this is super good to use in this build. And then for the second offhand, it is Blaster Cast, which will help us do a bit more damage versus bosses towards the end, and it is for the magic missile. Now I'm signing off. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this build for the season 2 Vanguard. It is not the highest single target damage build when it comes to fighting bosses, but like I said, this is a support build and it will allow you and your team to kill and gather enemies really quick and get to the boss in a really quick time. Anyhow, I'm signing off now. See you all in the next one. You guys have a great day. Later.